Freak Treat, Fat Chance, minutes 70 to 75 and 46 seconds because we didn't want to do a whole episode about 46 seconds. I'm Adam. I am thankful to God above that we are done this movie, and you're in.
And I am Steve, and I would do it all again because this was the best time of my life.
Was it?
Yeah, I love this.
This 5 minutes or the whole thing?
No, the whole thing. The whole experience, Fat Chance, the pillow, like, definitely crushes my wedding. Definitely crushes my first boner. That's probably the other two and three.
It crushes your first boner?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, you don't remember your first boner?
No, I remember the first time I made cream, but other than that, no.
That is probably more of an event for most males, but yeah, 3 years old, first boner that I remember.
Well, congratulations. It's probably not your first. I hear that a lot of babies get them when they're like babies. And 3, but first one you remember, that's an important one because it left a mark on you. How many other memories do you have from when you were 3?
Probably none.
Well, first boner, that's it.
Well, first boner. 88 was a weird time.
Oh yeah, why is that?
I think the Berlin Wall came down.
I don't know. You were there, not me. No, that's not true. I was there.
Yeah,
I was like 6 months old. Yeah, I remember that. I remember my first boner.
Yeah, that was pretty cruel.
Yeah, I remember as like Gorbachev tore down the wall, I remember as the wall fell, my boner went up, and it was like kind of an inverse thing. The more of the wall that fell down, the more of a boner I got.
Do you think that was universal? Like, I'm talking about like beyond Earth. Like the whole universe got a boner.
Right, yeah, of course. Neptunians, Plutonians, Uranus, all those. Mars attacks, of course, Jupiter ascending, all of the finest galactic civilizations all got universal boners at the same time as the Berlin Wall fell.
Man, we should do Planet Month, where we do Jupiter ascending, Pluto Mars.
Pluto Nash.
Right.
Okay.
John Carter from Mars.
Oh, I was going to say Mars Needs Mums, but yeah, John Carter from Mars would be great too. I like that movie legitimately, so I'm down for watching it. It's very silly.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I don't know what else. I guess we could just do a Mars month. Do Mars Needs Mums, John Carter, Red Planet, Mars Attacks. What was the other one? The Mission to Mars with Gary Sinise. All the best.
We could do a Mars Summer if we wanted to, probably.
Oh my God, are we doing Mars Summer this year? I'm into that. John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars. There's endless Mars movies we could have.
Yeah, I feel like we owe it to ourselves to do Cowgirl Summer again.
Sure.
I can't wait to see those girls again and all the horses and the pageantry. 10 years from now, Mars Month?
Sure.
Why not? Mars Summer?
Yeah, Mars Summer. I'm down with that. Yeah. We could watch Total Recall. We could watch Colin Farrell's Total Recall. There's so many Mars movies we could do.
Maybe a new Total Recall by then.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. In 10 years, you bet there'll be another RoboCop, another Total Recall, another Showgirls, another, other sexual crime movies.
Yeah, and it's heavily Christian, those movies, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of the more hardcore sexual crime movies are very Christian, if I remember correctly. A lot of them done by, I don't want to name names because maybe we're trying to get a sponsorship from some of them, but, there's lots of production companies that might make a sexploitation film. Who knows? With Christian overtones.
Bridgestone Media Group, probably number one.
God, man, we're trying to get a sponsorship here.
Hey, they know what they're getting into. We're creating a bond. We need to be real with them. You can't start a relationship being fake.
That's true. And you don't want to start a relationship based on lies either, right? If your foundation is lies, then the house will not stand tall.
We've been upfront with them. We've given them our best stuff comedically. And we'll probably get it back tenfold.
Exactly. We've told them the real numbers regarding how successful our show is, and they went, those numbers are not good. And we'll go, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, absolutely right. Those numbers are not good, but Our Diarrhea of a Mad Black Woman video on YouTube has almost 10,000 views. Probably by the time this comes out, it'll have 10,000 views. So
yeah.
Who's the loser now, BMG? Not us.
Yeah. We respect what you said, but we're coming back at you full force with everything we got. Minus a few bits, because you got to take a day or two for yourself, you know?
Of course. Absolutely. No one expects you to give all of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup, you know? And you can't hire a religious organization to sponsor your podcast when you're out here saying things like, I remember the first time I made cream. There's no way they're going to get on board with that kind of talk. So,
did you make the cream from the teat?
No, I made the cream. I made the cream.
Come on, you can do it.
I made the cream from the shaft, and
that's where you store it, the shaft? That's crazy.
Well, yeah, you got to pull it out. It's like a tube of toothpaste. It's all at the bottom. You got to squeeze it out the top. That's how it goes.
I heard it comes from the back, and then the continue pulling and facing downwards really helps out.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's why you got that intake port at the back end there, so people can fill that up with cream, and then you can milk all the cream out of the front.
Also, why Missionary is so successful, but that didn't even bear saying, I don't think.
We have to cancel this show. We have to end this show. I don't think
Sarah Lejeune would be proud of us for talking about her film, but doing it with respect and openness.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd say talking about her film, but certainly having watched her film, and with that in our brains, we talk about where we milk the cream from in our bodies, and not about the bloopers or about the credits or anything.
I feel like she did this to us.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah, she did do this to us.
It's not like we were watching something lewd or something stupid before we started recording. We watched the credits, minutes 70 to end of Fat Chance, and this is what we have to say. Therefore, it's her fault.
Absolutely. That'll hold up in a court of law. That will hold up in the court of public opinion. And honestly, if anyone should get canceled here, it's Sarah Lejeune for not only acting in this movie, but as we found out, editing this movie.
Weird job. Do you think she started as an editor, or maybe she wasn't even in this movie and she just edited herself in there?
Oh, you think like it was a completely different person, like somebody, and then she green screened herself in over that person?
Yeah, like maybe it was Victoria Jackson, but in like young person makeup the whole time, and then they couldn't clear that, makeup. So they got to edit it out.
Well, yeah, she showed up on set and they went, that looks ridiculous. Like, you would look less silly if you just had a pillow shoved under your shirt. And they went, you know what? Why are we spending all this money on young age makeup? Let's just shove a pillow under someone's shirt. Boom, we're done. Easy. Got a movie.
Yeah. Well, it's a eureka moment for sure.
Oh, putting the reek in Eureka. Absolutely. Do you think...
What does that mean?
Do you think the guy who yelled Eureka in his bathtub... Do you think after he yelled Eureka, do you think his neighbor went, yeah, more like Eureka? Gotcha, bitch.
Well, I don't know what exactly happened, but he definitely said, you gotcha, bitch.
What do you mean? Archimedes sat in a bathtub, it overflowed, and he went, Eureka, water, volume displaces matter. He figured it out.
Knock, knock.
Knock,
more
knock, knock.
like Eureka.
Yeah, you dumb bitch. You fat bitch. And then they like pushed him into the tub, and he got all wet again. His towel got wet. How embarrassing.
I wish I could have like a 1300s tub.
Sure.
Like a bath, you know?
You have a bath? Do you?
Yeah, but I want to smell the dung in the air. I want to smell old-timey living, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, all you gotta do is just stop taking care of yourself properly, tell your wife to do the same, and now you're living in the 1300s, pal.
Yeah, but I'd have to go to like a farm, and there'd have to be a lot of wheat around, and maybe a goat or two that I could slay at my will.
That's fair, yeah. I mean, people talk about how gross it would be back then, but like, you wouldn't know it stunk after 10 minutes of being alive. You just go like, yep, that's what it is. I don't even smell it anymore. I've gone nose blind.
Well, that's just life, baby. You don't smell life. Maybe if they went to the future, they would say we smell. You ever think of that? America?
Right? You're out here talking about what would happen if we went to the past. What if the past came to the future? What would they think of this world that we live in with our iPhones and our iPods and our iMacs and our I don't even know anymores? What do you think they'd think about
And our
that?
I don't even know anymore. It's the best joke. Yeah, we both had to say it.
Sometimes a punchline is so perfect, and you just go, how do I not share this punchline with everyone?
I don't even know anymore.
You and me both, brother. I'll tell you one thing I know, and I can't believe it took us 11 minutes to get to this. They thank Papa John's in the credits of this movie, and that's the only thing you need to take away from this whole experience. Papa John's helped make this movie happen, even if it was by selling them pizzas, which is what I think happened.
Oh, yeah. Papa John's didn't sign off on anything. Maybe gave them like a 5% discount. Maybe charged them extra.
Yeah, probably charged them extra. Probably was like, oh, we see the fat bitches. We're charging you extra for those pillows.
Maybe instead of a pillow that's under her shirt, it's just like a Papa John's box in a pillowcase stuffed under her shirt.
I thought you were going to say she had a hot, greasy pizza under her shirt.
Well, she did, but like in her body.
Yep, it's all the same in here, she said, pointing to her pillow. It's all the same in here.
I think we definitely should save the Papa John's thing till the end, but we're at the end.
What do you mean save the Papa John? We can't go back and retroactively take back that we've shared the news.
Hey, if people from the past can come forward in time and tell us how we're living, we can do whatever we want.
Hey, what do you think the thing that would blow their minds the most would be? People who came from the past. And pick any time I don't care. Any time out of the modern era. Any time earlier than 1900, we'll say. What do you think would blow people's minds the most?
I'd probably say grocery stores.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. That's actually a good answer. Yeah, a place
all
where
the products.
It's all here. You can buy filet of fish sauce at the grocery store. That's crazy.
And wheatgrass.
And tofu. Oh, I can't believe this is where you get your tofu from.
You guys have soybeans and you turn them into tofu.
You don't just feed them to your soy boys. Oh, no, we got those too, people would say. Well, yeah.
What do you think they would be blown away with most?
I don't know. Grocery stores, probably.
What about missionary?
What about like a Sibian? That'd probably blow their minds the most.
They would get that instantly.
Maybe. They'd go, how is this animal alive? Where is the head of this animal? If we're gonna frick these animals named Sibians, how is it gonna happen? How are they alive? We go, don't even worry about it. Like, I love that. Like, not even electricity is a thing that we're mentioning. Just like even that's fine. They'd wrap their heads around electricity.
Well, I was gonna say that I think they'd wrap their heads around a Sibian like instantly. People in the past were horny as hell. That's all they had to think about. That was like their Super Bowl was having sex.
I mean, if you think about it, like even something like intense sustained vibration would be like a mind-blowing concept. Like if you think about things that like sounds and colors that we have now that people couldn't even imagine back in the day. Yeah,
printing something, it's all F to them.
It's all
F to people that were born before 1920.
Oh, and it's all F to me. Does that fall?
Yeah, you don't get it?
Nah, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Anything I don't understand is witchcraft and should be burned at the stake. I understand intimately how we are recording and making this podcast. Anything outside of that, I think it deserves to be thrown on a pile and burned.
What about books?
Oh, first thing to go. Immediately. Take a flamethrower to the library. Just burn it down. Walk down the aisle gleefully, burning all the books.
Except for the Bible and the Quran.
Oh, in that order, of course. The Torah, into the fire. We don't care about the Torah. Get it out of here. The I Ching? All right, keep the I Ching. That's fine.
What's I Chings?
It's like Chinese stuff.
Yeah, that China is really another world.
That China's operating on a whole new level, my man.
Did you know about China in the 90s? They barely even had roads outside of the city. Now they got roads everywhere. They got so many fast trains. They got bullet trains coming out of the butt.
Oh, but that's my favorite post-punk band, Bullet to the Butt. I love them.
Oh, bullet to the butt.
I used to know a guy who like casually told me one day he'd been shot like several times and had a bullet in his like hips. It's like, oh, that sucks. Don't get into those situations.
Did you immediately try to get it out? And he was like, no, it's there.
No, it's a part of me. I love it. It's my son. Don't take my son from me.
Yeah, don't take my son.
Please, don't take my son.
I find it funny.
This is what happens when you watch 5 minutes and it's nothing but credits. You pull out the two interesting things. Sarah Lejeune was the editor, and Papa John's provided pizza for them on set, presumably. And then that's it. And then what else do you talk about?
Well, Justin almost calls Allison a FB.
You can say fat bitch. I'll censor it. It's fine.
I don't think you should censor it. Frick these frickin' frickers. I know that you want to do it and you have to do it, but I want to put my nuts in the sand and tell these frickers to frick off.
Hey, man. The views expressed by Steve do not represent this podcast, all right? Even though he's the other host of the show, doesn't represent the whole podcast, all right? 50% of us love you and love rolling over for your petty demands, including getting rid of the 3 beeps because it was too triggering to know that 3 words were said, and maybe those words were "you fat bitch," in which case, oh my god, I couldn't handle it. So then we just had to censor out all the lyrics in that song and more for fun.
It was hard to listen to, but I think it was an important lesson.
Yeah, for sure. And you're only going to have to listen to it one more time in the outro, and then that'll be it. No more censoring. Also, I'm excited because I don't ever have to censor this show again. And that's been so much work. So much work.
It's honestly taken a toll on you. You got bags under your eyes. You're just drooling cocaine out of your mouth all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it needs to stop, but I know your artistic integrity means way more.
Hey, Steve, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh. Is this going to come up every time you have a question for me?
Whom's the bagger Vance of the bags under my eyes?
Oh!
Wait, stop. We'll do it again.
Okay.
Steve, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Whom's the bagger Vance of fat bitch? Fat chance? Oh my god.
Do it again.
All right, we'll do it one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
All right, perfect. Steve, I have a question for you. Whom's the fat bitch of bagger Vance?
Oh, no. See, we're stretching for time now. We should probably do it one more time.
One more time. This time we'll get it right. This time we'll absolutely get it right.
And this is comedy.
It is. Yeah.
I'm just
Steve,
I'm
whom's the bagger Vance of fat chance?
I'm just well, this is very complicated because I forget so much of this movie. But it's Victoria Jackson by a mile.
Gotta be. Yep. Gotta be Victoria
Adam,
Jackson.
Whom do you think is the beggar Vance this time?
I think...
I know.
I know for a fact that Chad is the bagger Vance of Fat Chance. I know for a fact that that's the case. He's the coolest guy in the movie. He's dressed the most stylish, just like Bagger Vance.
I think this is more of a conversation because Electric Ethan has to be in the running somewhere, right?
I really thought we were never going to see him again, and then he shows up in the bloopers. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And, well, it's all flooding to me now. I'm flowing like greasy spoons.
All right, sorry. Yep.
Also, I feel like consideration needs to be made for the dead grandma.
Wow, that's an interesting hat to throw into the ring. Okay, Katie,
Katie's?
Caddies?
Catherine?
I think Caddy's dead grandma, I think, should definitely be in consideration for that. That's a very good point.
Because she's plopped into this plot and really is a driving force to her getting denied going to church.
Well, and she's the one that strong arms Katie into asking Allie to take her to church, Hosier style.
Also, her loins eventually gave birth to Katie through other people.
Yeah.
But that makes her hot, and therefore is used as the picture.
Grandma most definitely provided Katie with her milk bones. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe she bought her that sundress. Who knows?
Yeah. And then Alley Cat 69 uses that photo, creating the whole situation. So my final answer is definitely the dead grandma.
Why don't people just catfish people with old photos? Like photos from like recolored photos from the 1930s. All right. We can release our salutes now. Perfect. We were just sitting here silently saluting each other for the last 30 seconds.
I think it was a question too hard to answer, and it just needed a silent salute.
Hey, thank you for your service, Katie's grandma.
Oh, thank you for dying in that war.
Exactly. The war for Alley Cat 69's heart. We appreciate you falling in battle like that. What would you, having watched this movie in what we used to say was the best way ever, but I think might be the worst way ever to watch a movie.
Yeah.
What would you change if you were going to remake Fat Chance? What would you change to maybe zhuzh it up for the modern era?
I would get a lot more makeup people. I would also get a key grip. And probably more pillows.
That's not a bad idea. Put some pillows in her pants, maybe?
Yeah, pants pillows definitely needed to happen. Adam, what would you change about Fat Chance, film-wise and viewing-wise?
Well, thank you for asking, Steve. I really appreciate that question. I think the number one thing I would change is I would have just forced Sarah Lejeune to gain like 75 to 100 pounds of her own weight. If you're committed, if you want to make it in Hollywood and you want to be an actress, look to Christian Bale for inspiration and then stop there and look no further, because if you're not willing to destroy your body to play pretend on screen for a bunch of horses' asses to watch, then you're not worthy of being a part of that crowd. So put on the weight, throw the pillows in the trash, and commit. That's what I'm saying.
And then?
I don't know, maybe just like add a couple of scenes to get the movie up to like a proper run length. And I mean, God, you'd have to add like a subplot. That's the thing. There's no subplots in this movie. There's nothing. It's just straight as an arrow. Show us more of Katie's journey with her dead grandma then. You can spruce up her part a little bit, give her a little more to do, make her more of a character. Maybe like give Justin a little more to do, show us more of Justin's home life, or show whatever, right? Like there's still lots to learn about these characters, and I feel like they didn't really explore it enough considering this movie's only an hour and 10 minutes long.
Well, or get like Eric Estrada in there as a farmhand that falls in love with Victoria Jackson.
Or get him in there as a billionaire who meets Victoria Jackson and then marries her and whisks her off and then has Kate. And then, boom, we got a backdoor pilot for Malibu Down the Family Man.
I miss Kate.
I miss Kate, too. Ugh, man, who would have thought? Well, I mean, I thought we'd say that, yeah. Should we salute for the last 3 minutes?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll here stand up. Let's salute. Salute.
Do we have to stand?
Well, preferably. It's more respectful. I mean, Jesus, they were lynching people for kneeling, so we should probably stand at the very least if we're going to salute on an audio podcast.
You know what's fricked about this ending is we don't get to see the kid that gets crucified.
Yeah, I was really, like, as it faded out and distributed by BMG came up, you said, like, where's the president of BMG coming out here to talk about all this stuff? And I was thinking, I hope we're going to fade in to this tortured screams of this child being crucified, and so we can get some closure on this Camp Timberlake. No way. We get nothing.
I want, like, one of the camp counselors with a megaphone yelling at the kids going, he's okay. Of course it would be a he.
Well, of course. They would go, he's fine. He's loving it. He's having a great time.
Shut up, kids. He's loving it.
You holding a glass bottle of beer while yelling, shut up, kids, is pretty much the perfect image. I can't think of anything more perfect.
Well, it's a natural, throwing motion for me. I feel very comfortable.
With your left hand, throwing a beer bottle at children.
Yes.
Okay, just needed to clarify. I'm glad to hear that you are so comfortable and proud of yourself.
I am so comfortable with myself and just comfortable enough to drink a good ginger beer. It cures what ails you.
True. It cures you. Hey, this was sure a midweek freak treat, and I can't wait for the next midweek freak treat. I can't wait for the listeners to finally just be able to experience a proper midweek freak treat, unlike this last one that was, we were experimenting a little bit and getting hoisted by our own petard, but the next one's just going to be a classic. I can't wait for them to hear it.
Yeah, get ready for the biker show that we've been promising forever. We're definitely not going to deviate from that plan whatsoever. And next episode, I almost promise that we will be doing that show.
I can promise you from the bottom of my heart that we are definitely not doing a show starring Tommy Blaze about him adopting 3 orphan girls. I can promise you that's not what we're doing. I can promise you we're not doing love during quarantine. I can promise you that. A David A. White classic where he finds love during quarantine. None of that. We're doing Biker Show. The show about bikers.
We both can't think of the name of the biker show, can we?
Oh, it's Sons of Thunder. I know what you're talking. So I thought we were just being coy about it. I thought we were just being coy boys. But sure, if you just had forgotten it, I know it. Sons of Thunder.
Yeah, I can't remember these things. I'm really glad we're gonna sink into Sons of Thunder. I think we should both buy hogs.
Oh man, yes. All I want, and I've maybe said this on the show before, or at the very least I've sent you pictures of what I want, but all I want out of life is to have a t-shirt that on the back of the t-shirt it just says, if you can read this, the fat bitch fell off. That's all I want out of life. I want to wear that everywhere I go. I don't own a motorcycle, but I want to have a shirt that degrades women like that. What a treat that would be.
Well, I guess we could save money if we only buy one motorcycle and then you can ride on the back.
Oh, implying that there was a bitch behind me.
Also, we got to get to our live shows, so what else are we going to do?
Somehow we're going to have to travel down to Noah's Ark, yeah, for sure. We feel the calling, the sound, our bushes burned, we got to get down to Noah's Ark.
Yeah, imagine riding down there on like a big ace Harley Davidson Wild Hog.
Oh, I feel like we were going to Sturgis, but better, Noah's Ark.
Maybe we should do a live show at Sturgis. You're right.
I do not want to go to Sturgis ever. I'm going to have to veto that whole line of thinking out of your brain.
What? You don't want to go to church on Sturgis Sunday?
Well, of course I want to go to church on Sturgis Sunday to see Reverend Kid Rock perform his sermon. Of course I want to see that. But, here's the thing. Yeah. Where we are in Haiti, me wearing if you can read this, the bitch fell off shirt is unique and special. If we go to Sturgis, everyone's going to be wearing those shirts, and I'm just going to be another face in the crowd, and honestly, I don't want that.
Yeah, but you could butter up your face, make yourself look good and presentable and different.
Butter up your face?
I'm not the one concerned about people having the same shirt as me.
Why would I have to butter up my face?
Dude, just butter up your face. I've been saying this to you for thousands of years. Butter up your face and get with it.
Man, I can't wait till Noah's Ark closes due to nobody going to it, and we go and perform a live show in the abandoned parking lot of a scary, rundown, busted-ass Noah's Ark. It's going to be great. I'm so excited for it.
We should start a GoFundMe so we can raise enough money to buy the land, and then we'll put on shows there or something.
I love it. Turn it into a brothel. Why not? Hey, Jesus' best friends were Prozzies, so give them a place to live in Noah's Ark.
Casino brothel, like all filth.
Oh, yeah, for sure, filth. That's where we're going to film Total Recall 2, Back to the Mars.
That's what we should call the resort, is filth.
Formerly Noah's Ark, currently filth.
Yeah.
Formerly
Noah's Ark is bigger than filth.
Of course, yeah. As is the giant graffiti ding-dong that we put on the side of Noah's Ark.
Yeah, but people love going to filth.
Yeah, it's their favorite place in the world. God, no, that place is going under so hard soon. Like, with the last 2 years, with the pandemic just mucking everything up, there's no way that place is going to survive another, let's say, even 2 years. I wouldn't even be surprised to find out it's already closed.
I just think there's enough crazy Christian money to keep it afloat for years and years.
Maybe, man. Maybe PureFlix will buy it. There is a weirdly real chance that they might just buy that place. There's no evidence that they're going to, but they could. Why not?
Well, let's be the middleman in that deal then.
Great idea. If we're trying so hard to weasel our way into David A.R. White's life that I guess that's the way we're gonna have to do it, is by being the realtors that sell them Noah's Ark.
Well, we contact PureFlix, say we're from the Noah's Ark, and then we contact Noah's Ark saying we're from PureFlix, broker the deal, and if anybody says boo about it, we'll just say we parent trapped you. It was for fun.
Exactly. We watch a lot of sitcoms. This is the surefire way to get people back together.
So this is how we were raised.
We learned this watching you, David, on Evening Shade. We learned it from watching you.
We did this watching you.
We're definitely not doing David's 9 episodes from Evening Shade as our next midweek free treat. Definitely not doing that. I promise you that. I couldn't find torrents of Evening Shade, so I guess we'll never see it.
Sons of Thunder, unite.
Sons of Thunder, unite. Everyone, go onto YouTube, look up Burt Reynolds, David A.R. White, and watch the very sad and uncomfortable interview between David A.R. White and Burt Reynolds, where it's just very awkward and you want it to be done as fast as possible. And it's only 2 minutes long, but it feels like an eternity. So check it out. It's great.
Yes. I love you.
Sure. Whatever, man. Just kidding. I love you.
Oh.
I love you. I love you. Can you hear me? I love you.
Aw.